Okay, will you all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a roll call?
Mr. Cook?
Here.
Mr. D'Andriano?
Here.
Mr. Rogan?
Here.
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here. Can I get a motion on the reports?
Make a motion to accept and approve the code enforcement for June, code compliance for June, dog control officer for June, and the Patterson recreation reports for June. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion on the supervisor's report?
Make a motion to accept and approve the supervisor's reports for May 2021. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion on the minutes?
I will move that we approve the town board meeting minutes of June 9th and June 23rd, 2021. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And where are we? Can somebody audit the bills?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 12, dated June 25th, 2021, in the amount of $548,534.10. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I also have another abstract. I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 13A, dated July 9th, 2021, in the amount of $5,516.66. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would somebody like to do some budget transfers?
Sure. I'll make a motion, let me tell you, budget transfer number 14, just following budget transfer is requested as attached to reallocate funds for the Justice's equipment and capital outlay account, moving $1,000 from Justice contractual expense account to Justice equipment and capital outlay expense account. Make a motion the board approve that transfer request.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
Next, we have a budget transfer request, allocate funds for the ambulance equipment and capital outlay account for the purchase of the Lucas tool. So we're moving $15,000 from the contingency account to the ambulance equipment and capital outlay expense account. Make a motion the town board approve that budget transfer request. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Charles, you might as well keep right on going.
Yeah, mobile work. Yeah.
Get a stipend.
Don't get him going.
Pete, you're up. Fire Department, new members. We have before us a resolution to approve new members for the Patterson Fire Department. And I'll just read this quickly. Whereas the Patterson Fire Department has accepted as new members of the department Khalid Frank Smith, Daniel McLaughlin, Joseph Solomano, Steve Perdue, Thomas Lee Jr., and whereas the Patterson Fire Department has completed all background checks required pursuant to Executive Law 837-0, and whereas the Patterson Fire Department has submitted the names of members to the Patterson Town Board for approval pursuant to Not-for-Profit Corporation Law Section 1402C3, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Patterson approve Khalid Frank Smith, Daniel McLaughlin, Joseph Solomano, Steve Perdue, and Thomas Lee Jr. as members of the Patterson Fire Department, subject to having said members having passed all physical and fitness tests required to be an active firefighter with the department. I'll make a motion we approve this resolution. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, we have a similar resolution with regard to the Putnam Lake Fire Department. I'm just going to read the, now therefore be it resolved, the whereases are the same for the Patterson Fire Department. In this case, the Putnam Lake Fire Department has accepted as a member of the department Nicole Sant Goldfeder, So now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Patterson approves Nicole Sant Goldfeder as a member of the Putnam Lake Fire Department, subject to Ms. Goldfeder meeting all qualifications to be an active volunteer with said department, including without limitation, having passed all physical and fitness tests required. Make a motion the town board approve this resolution. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have senior trip requests, and we have one from the Putnam Lake Seniors to go to AquaTurf, August 17th, and the impact to the budget, or the net cost to the budget, is $1,335. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve this senior trip request for August 17th, 2021. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have another one from the senior trip request from the Putnam Lake Seniors. This is to go to Villa Roma on September 27th, 2021, with the net cost of the budget of $1,388.20. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve this senior trip request in that amount. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have tax certiorari matter, resolution for the settlement of a tax certiorari proceedings in a matter of the application of National Auto Sprinkler and Fire Control Association, Inc. Versus the town. And this is our attorneys have settled with National Auto Sprinkler in a reduction in the assessed valuation for the year 2020 from $2 million to $1,500,000. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve this settlement, and as stated in the resolution and the attached what do you call this? Attached
Judgment.
write it up from the justice. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's it.
Sean?
Okay, first item is just an announcement. The town board appointed a new clerk to work in... Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. First item is just an announcement for the public to know that the town board appointed a full-time clerk, Quinn Urban, and that was done effective July 12th. It was done at that time because of the eligibility requirements for the list that we were drawing from. They would have expired the next day, and we would have had to start the process all over. So just for, again, public edification, Ms. Quinn, I think, will be a great asset to the town, or Ms. Quinn, I'm sorry, Ms. Urban, will be a great asset to the town of Patterson. Next item we have is a lawsuit between Ms. Smith and the town of Patterson. This relates to a fire department matter. I'd like to make a motion to authorize appointing Hogan and Rossi to represent the town in this matter. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And likewise, the next item is Marco Industries versus Town of Patterson. This is an Article 78 proceeding relative to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And I would also like to make a motion to authorize the appointing of Hogan and Rossi as town counsel to defend the town in this case. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first on my agenda is local law I-3, which proposes actually 18 modifications to our zoning code. Pretty much all of them are providing clarification. I first want to say that when I drafted this, working with the town attorney, that I drafted it as local law I-3 because of the timing of the public hearing. But I understand we're going to have some changes to some public hearings coming down. So what I would like to do is now change this to local introductory law number 2, providing for a public hearing and notice on changes to Chapter 154. And I would like to introduce this resolution and ask that it be entered into the minutes as though read. It provides for a public hearing on August 11th at 7 o'clock or as soon thereafter may be heard. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just for everybody's understanding of those in the audience and those, who may be joining us, I've been working with the staff over the past few months identifying areas where there may be some confusion within the code. For example, the definition of a hobby farm, large farm, structure. So we've made some minor modifications to the language. It doesn't change anything as far as intensity of use or location. We have now added a definition of poultry so that it's clearer on what domesticated fowls such as chickens are. We have modified commercial trade operations a little bit. We do have a new section that we are adding into the code. Currently, if somebody wanted chickens, they could only have chickens on 5 or more acres. We're proposing a modification to that with very specific criteria so that you could have chickens on an area as small as 2 acres. Where else? Anything of substance here? We've modified some design criteria for driveway entrances requiring they intersect the road at 90-degree angles. And we are adding one section which gives more flexibility to the citing of veterinary services. So anybody who has any questions, this will be posted up online tomorrow, and the public hearing again will be August 11th. I would like to defer my executive session, which has to do with contract negotiations, to the end of the meeting. And the last thing I have, which we received today, is a resolution, and I'd like to enter this resolution into the record as read. Be resolved, the Town of Patterson hereby establishes the following standard work days for the titles listed, and will report these to the New York State local retirement based on their record of activities, and this is for our new judge, Robert Leader. So, can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mary?
Yep, first item on my agenda, I have some new hires, lifeguards. Sure. Sorry about that. So I have, we have some new hires for the Town of Patterson Recreation Center. The first one is Ariana de Saint Laurent as a new lifeguard. This is her first year guarding, and she'll be hired as a junior guard with the corresponding hourly rate as $10 per hour. So I'll make a motion to hire Ariana as a lifeguard. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have another new lifeguard hire where the Town of Patterson Recreation Center is requesting that we hire Brody Smith as a new lifeguard. Brody currently holds his lifeguard, waterfront, and CPR certifications. They've received excellent references on Brody, and he will be hired also as a junior guard with corresponding hourly rate of $10 per hour. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are hiring some supervising lifeguards. Town of Patterson Recreation Center is requesting that we promote Katie Howell, Shannon Farrell, and Jackson Brady to supervising guards. These guards will allow for more scheduling flexibility as they are unfortunately losing one of their very well-respected guards, Tsunami Poli. These supervising guards will be paid at the rate of $18.26 per hour. I'll make a motion to approve these guards. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, we have, we're now promoting in the recreation center. We have a request to promote Dean Hickenbotham and Matthew Chabarro Jr. from the junior staff to senior staff. Both young men have been members of the recreation team since 2015. Dean and Matt have worked many of our sports and youth programs and special events over the years, as well as fill in at the front desk when needed. I'd like to make a motion to hire both Dean and Matthew Chaparro Jr. at the rate of $12.30 per hour, and this promotion will be effective retroactive to July 11, 2021. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I think that's all from the rec center. We have Ag and Markets Inspection Report. So we have a municipal shelter inspection report that is done annually. This is in regards to the dogs, for the dogs that are seized, the loose dogs from the dog warden, dog control officer. Annually, Ag and Markets goes in and inspects the facility that we have approved back in December, that would be Brook Farm, and to make sure that everything is in satisfactory condition for these animals. I did go through this report, and the only thing, I noticed that we only had seized 2 dogs from this previous inspection, so we've actually only seized 2 dogs in a year. I guess that's good, right?
Yeah.
I know I had brought up concern that someone came to me and said that we didn't have coverage at night, that Brook Farm was not giving us night coverage, and I don't see the hours of operation on the report. Do we know if they are covering? So
They're absolutely covering. I think we had that conversation where you had
Yeah.
brought that concern to
Mhm.
me. I did investigate. In fact,
Okay.
we do have coverage, and we have also, for a couple of years now, we have an alternate location we can take them
Okay,
to overnight shelter any dogs we pick up.
okay,
So-
sounds good. I don't remember getting back to you on that, and then when I saw that we had the inspection and everything came out satisfactory, I just wanted to get an answer to that. So am I making a motion to approve the
You just-
report, or just
No, we just have to acknowledge it at
discussion?
the meeting.
Okay, all right. So everyone should know that we got a satisfactory report. Is there better than satisfactory report, or is it just satisfactory or unsatisfactory?
Listen, we're either doing the job or we're not.
Okay.
There's a higher part than satisfactory.
No, I'm an animal lover. Okay, that's all I have.
Peter?
Okay, first thing I have up is local law. Actually, it's now local 113, cannabis law opt-out. So, as we're all aware here, the New York State Marijuana Regulation and Taxation Act became law in March. Pursuant to said act, each town and village board must decide on whether to opt out of allowing dispensaries to sell recreation marijuana and allowing places for on-site marijuana consumption. Any municipality that does not opt out by December 31st will be required to permit such use, such sales and use. So I'd like to make a motion to set a hearing public hearing on the local law number 3.
So you're introducing local law number 3
Introducing local law number 3 as read.
and scheduling a public
Scheduling
hearing.
a public hearing for August 25th. So moved.
Second.
No.
Yeah, they changed the date.
We had to switch it.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
August 25th. Aye. Okay. Next, I have a memo here from Robert Kearns, our interim EMS administrator. He's endorsing Miss Skylar Caballero Sazo to be upgraded to permanent status as an EMT with the town of Patterson EMS. Skylar began working as a temporary hire for the town this winter and has been a great asset to our department. She has been cleared by the Putnam County Civil Service and is currently on the civil service list. So I'd like to make a motion to approve and enter into the record as read a resolution to promote Skylar Salzo Caballero to permanent EMT, part-time EMT. So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, I have a resignation for another EMT, Christopher Langley. Just like to make a motion to accept his letter of resignation as an EMT with the Patterson EMS. Just want to add that Christopher has also, he wants to resign as an EMT, but would also like to offer any help or any of his expertise in the future with anything else with our EMS. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
So I just would like to add that Chris was here at the very beginning when we started this service. He was always a hardworking EMT. He was a great asset to, you know, the startup of this service, and you know, he will be greatly missed. But I know he's moved on to other things, so you know, I wish him well in the future. As do we all, I'm sure.
Cheers.
All right, other business. Anybody want to do the blood drive? You want me to do it?
I'll do it. All right.
Hold up the color.
Okay. There is going to be a blood drive sponsored by the Town of Patterson Recreation Parks, co-sponsored by Assemblyman Kevin Byrne, 65 Front Street, Patterson, New York. Use the parking lot and sliding glass doors on the left of the building to access the community room. This is going to take place on Tuesday, August 24th at 12 p.m. till 5 p.m. So you need to, I think you need to sign up for it. You need to schedule. We're going to have this on our website, I believe.
Yes.
So share the vibe, give blood to help save lives.
Anyone else have any other business? Well, then we will turn to public recognition. Does anybody sitting in the room of the public here attending tonight have anything they wish to add or say? Mr. Major?
Chris Major, 166 Somerset Drive, Patterson. A little over a week ago, I had the opportunity to watch the town of Carmel. They had a hearing in reference to building a new park over in on Lake Mayopac. A couple things that came out of it, and the reason why I'm here tonight is I learned that there's some COVID relief money coming to the towns. I would imagine if Carmel's getting it, Patterson's getting it. Do you have any idea of how much money is coming here?
Do you know which pot of money we're talking about?
The term they used was COVID relief.
Okay, so there are 3 pots of money. One of them we have received. That was for a small amount, probably around $15,000. I have another application in through FEMA, which is significantly more, which I have not finalized in case any other expenses come up. And then we have the money from the American Relief Fund, which I have filed all the paperwork for, and received notice that the town is entitled to a little bit more than $1.2 million. But there are very specific requirements on how we can spend that money.
Okay. Well, that's good to know that's coming to our town as well. The other thing they were talking about, and I know over in Putnam Lake, there's always been talk about sediment around the lake. And it was interesting. It appears that they have received a friendly neighbor grant, and it appears that DEP is going to be installing some kind of a grading system in all the catch basins around Lake Mayopac. Now, I realize Lake Mayopac, I think, is state-owned. I think it's a state-owned lake.
Yeah, okay.
But the DEP is actually going to pay for retrofitting all the storm drains around the lake, and in fact, handle the maintenance of those drains. I would like them to be a good neighbor here. I think that would be helpful here in this town as well. In addition, it appears that the state has been lax in their performance by, Mahopac National Bank, is that's where the new park is going. And it appears now they're actually going to do the necessary work with their drainage system, and they have assured that they're going to start maintaining it. So it was good to hear those things happen. The other thing I found very interesting is that 2 members of the town board are very active in the participation with the park district there. They're listed as liaison, and they were extremely familiar with the different players both at DEP and DEC. And I thought that was a real positive thing. And I know this town moved away from liaisons, but I would hope when you go through your budget process, you think about doing something like that. And then I guess the last thing, I'm sure you all know that I appeared at the last planning board meeting. I'm sure you must know. And I asked them about the master plan. It was interesting, it was like deer in the headlights, although I did get some responses. And the one response that came clear, and the reason why I saw them last year, is that they don't have the resources to go forward with the master plan. And so I'm hoping that maybe some of these COVID relief funds may be able to be diverted to assist in the master plan. It appears you're going to be making a lot of zoning changes. I listened to your discussion in reference to the vets and what needs to be done there, changing the zoning so that a vet can use it. So there's a lot of things, and business today is a lot different than 20 years ago. We have more and more people who are going to be working from home, and I would think it would be helpful if, I know you're doing piecemeal stuff, it may be time to really look at the master plan. The town of Carmel is now going through that process. I sort of laugh because they're actually looking 50 years out, which I think is great. But I would hope that the town, as this new money comes in, and as you move towards the budget discussions, that you think it once again about the master plan, and maybe getting all the codes updated, and looking as to how business is being run today as compared to what it was 20 years ago, and looking forward where we're going to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Sir?
My name is Christopher Joseph. I live at 889 Route 311 here in Patterson. Just had a couple questions in regarding to the upcoming hearings, the public hearings in August. For the first one, for the local law you talked about, are those amendments going to be online so I can kind of look at them before the hearing? Kind
Yeah,
of see what
absolutely.
they're all about?
I'll get them up online tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yep.
And then I was curious on the second one that you guys were talking about, the cannabis law opt-out.
Yes.
Can I sort of get an idea what the town board is leaning on that? So that way, if we're going to opt out, are we going to follow the state mandates? Because depending on where you guys lean is going to how the questions I bring to the public hearing.
So, listen, I think you should bring any concerns or, comments to the public hearing regardless of which way the town board feels. I will tell you, I've always been very proud of this town board that while we may have our own individual opinions, that we always keep an open mind and listen to the public. And we all recognize we're public servants and, we're not here to impose our will on anybody else. That being said, I don't have a problem sharing that at this point I have not seen a lot of positives for the town of Patterson in moving forward with allowing retail sales and consumption of marijuana within the community. But I'm still going to try to keep an open mind on the issue.
Like I said, I got a couple of people that I want to talk to outside of town hall. They might have an opinion on the matter.
Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hey, one last thing. If they don't have time or they don't feel comfortable appearing at a public meeting, the town board will always accept written comments at any time.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anyone else? That being the case, I will open it up at this point to anybody who is joining us via Zoom who wish to, make a comment, or if they have any questions.
Asking people if they're not unmuted.
All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.